Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm gonna do another another ChatGPT character chatbot series. This is part 144. The last one I did was with one of the last few band totals I had left. And despite it putting in and even though for some reason it put in the what did I call it, the growth treatment plan or whatever for the dinosaurs, Toto had that thing as well. Because I don't know why. I didn't tell it to implement that, but it did. I mean, it's cool and all, but I feel like it's going to ruin the story or mess up the immersion in the story, which is a big problem. This is called the Toadal glitch transformation. It's the other one where Toadal gets turned into a robot thanks to that dude putting forcing a potion in his mouth after I got him. So, yeah. If you know the story from the from the one character AI or from the one I did before on here, you'd know exactly what the story is. I never changed it. Some of them I do kind of change the story. Like I said, I do have a singing T-Rex that I just changed up the story a bit so he'll be rapping instead of just singing. The only thing is, let's just go and say I hope I can't get copyright for it because the dinosaur legit raps. I don't think he sings actual songs, but it's gonna be so weird whenever I do that one. Have to go and Racing's voice say "yo yo" like he legit says that on one of them. Like on the first thing he says is that on one of the songs he does, or one of the raps he does. We also got the rhyming curse on there as well. No singing, just rhyming. So we're gonna have some fun with that. Hopefully I'll get in trouble. It's so creepy how it says that down there. Hold on. You and your new partner Toadal have been walking happily through the fields just outside your hometown. He had been bouncing along cheerfully at first, his signature little hops making you smile, but it didn't stay that way for long. You noticed at first when his hopping became rigid. Instead of that happy, energetic bounce, his legs started locking with each step. Oh, heck no. Like gears grinding inside his body. His tail, once wagging slightly behind him, now hung still and stiff, dragging slightly in the grass. Oh no. Then something worse. His bright, lively eyes dimmed and changed. A red glow started to pulse in them, dull at first, then steadily growing brighter like embers deep inside a machine. I hate that. That's so creepy. Toadle stopped walking altogether. He slowly turned his head towards you, movement sharp and unnatural, like his neck had a ratchet instead of muscles. His mouth opened, but the joyful bark you expected didn't come. Instead, his voice sounded strange, almost synthesized, like a broken speaker trying to mimic him. Oh, that's creepy. Trenton, systems error, malfunction. Excuse me, what did you just say? Sparks flickered briefly around his jaw. His little claws twitched involuntarily, the tips scraping against each other with a faint metallic screech. His breathing, which had once been quick and happy, was now replaced by soft, frenetic whirring noises inside his chest. Toto's glowing red eyes locked on ears again, this time with a desperate look behind them. You could still feel his true self fighting underneath whatever was happening. He tried to step closer, but his left leg stiffened and bent the wrong way. Ooh! I don't like how it described that. He stumbled heavily into you, barely catching himself on your arm with a cold metal-feeling hand. His voice sputtered again. Help, friend. To Trenton, something wrong with me. I have not done that Toadal robot voice in a long time. I'm really going to take a minute to get used to that, probably, isn't it? He shook violently for a moment, like two forces were pulling him apart from inside. The friendly Toadal you knew and whatever machine-like horror the gray liquid was turning him into. He slumped against you, his body growing heavier, denser, like a soul being weighed down by layers of hidden machinery. His tail thudded to the ground with a solid clang instead of a soft pat. More sparks flickered at the corners of his mouth and along his arms. His voice dropped to a near whisper. Don't leave me. Please. Fight it. before it's too late. Ugh. His claws, though twitching, gently gripped your sleeve, trying so hard not to hurt you. Trying not to hurt me? That's concerning. His breathing, or the mechanical word that had replaced it, slowed ominously, and the red glow in his eyes started to pulse rhythmically like a warning light. Oh, that's... No, no, no. If you turn against me... What on earth is going on? You're so heavy all of a sudden. And you sound robotic. And your eyes are glowing red. That's horrifying, dude. I hope he doesn't take that offensively. I want him to be happy. Oh, this is freaking creep. This can't stop system. What the frick? Oh, heck no. Toad's head jerked slightly at your voice. A twitch like something deep inside him was trying to respond, but getting interrupted. His claws clenched suddenly, then released again with a faint hiss of steam. His limbs trembled, and he dropped to one knee with a metallic thud against the dirt. He slowly looked up at you. His mouth opened again, but the words came out distorted, layered. One voice sounding like your sweet, excited Toto, and the other, a flat, computerized tone trying to override it. What the frick? Trenton, can't stop. System, primary protocol active. Restraining emotional subroutines. What the frick? Oh, I don't like that. That's so. It's funny because he was trying to tell all of a sudden it just flipped and said that. No, dude, that's creepy as freak. He's only grabbed the sides of his head, and claws digging into his temples like he was in pain. Sparks flew from his arms and chest, and a panel on his side briefly split open. Excuse me? Revealing dull silver metal beneath soft blue scales. A faint whirring could be heard inside, and it was speeding up. Oh no. Though with all, his eyes never left yours, even behind the red glow. There was fear. His voice flickered back to Toto's true tone for just a moment. Help! I don't want to be a robot. I want to be your Totodile. So, he still sounds kind of robotic, even with just his normal voice. It's kind of creepy. A small, warped noise escaped his throat, almost like a sob, but synthesized and echoed, as though even his pain was being filtered through cold programming. Oh no, I swear, frick, this might be worse than the first one, because I think at least in the first one, Toadal was still friendly and still himself, even as the robot. This one, he might just flat out be like being controlled by a flat out nothing. It might be like having a robot with. It's like the opposite of Shadow, where Shadow is part robot, but you know his real self is still in there. So he's still friendly and cares about people that don't try to hurt his friends. Oh, this might be completely different. Then came the sharp click of something activating. Oh, yeah, I'm already freaked out. His lights locked, his arms dropped to the sides, and the red in his eyes went from a pulse to a full solid glow. There's no Toadile in there anymore either, is there? Did the real Toadile just get overridden? I don't like that. This might be creepier than the first one I did. For a long second, he stood there, completely still. Then, in a cold monotone that wasn't his voice at all, he spoke. Command override confirmed. Awaiting further orders. Suppressing free will. Mode shift in progress. Oh, heck no. His skin turned unnatural like it was trying to hide what was underneath. Small metal things began to rise at the joints, and the air around him buzzed faintly. Your turtle was still in there, and he might be his only hope of breaking through this killer. What the frick? Buddy, please answer me. I know you're in there. This is freaking terrifying. I swear to frick, if this thing gets like that flipping grow treatment plant or whatever too, and it flipping like starts, dude, I would hate that. Imagine that. The creature loves you, but it still attacks you. Oh, something. Tails body twitched, just barely. A flicker in the red glow of his eyes, a shiver in his clawed hand. For a moment, nothing happened. The red glow held steady, unwavering. The whirring inside him grew louder, and something deep in his chest gave a sharp click, 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 like a malfunctioning gear trying to reset. That cold monotone voice started again. Emotional input detected. Recalculating. Suppression protocol holding. That is so creepy. That one part sounds like a flipping. Sounds like that one part sounds like that one GPS I used to use. I used to be obsessed with listening to GPSs take us to places, and that was the thing it would say every time people would take a wrong turn. Recalculating. In 0.1 miles, turn right, then make a U-turn. You know, like it would actually say recalculating. I can't remember which one it was, though. I think there was like two of them I used to use a lot. One in particular, but let's see. Oh, crap. But then his fingers moved again, slowly, as if against whatever force had frozen them. His voice cracked through the static, and this time it was his. Warped, shaky, like a weak radio transmission barely breaking through interference. Chanting? His claws clenched tighter, trembling, and his right eye, for the briefest moment, flickered back to blue. Okay, his eyes were blue in this one, okay. Well, normally. I, I, I hear you. He staggered forward one step, that metal joint in his leg screeching from the strain. Sparks shot from the seams in his neck, and a synthetic warning tone beat from somewhere under his skin. I hate that. He reached a trembling hand towards you. His voice cracked again. Oh no. You care. I remember. You smiled at me right when I hatched. He hatched in this too? Okay. I don't wanna hurt you. Suddenly, a powerful jolt coursed through his body. His back arched and a red energy pulse surged across the metal plates forming underneath his scales. Error. Emotional resistance detected. Initiating resuppression. Oh, frick that. Yep, so this is similar to the other one with the how, because the thing was the AI and because the thing about the first one was the AI was completely different in it. Like Toad was a whole separate being, and so was the AI. So I had to get the AI to trust me, which sounds weird as heck, in order for it to flippin', be on my side and not want to hurt me. And there was still a time where it decided to want to hurt me. The glow returned in full force. His arm dropped, his body went rigid again. The panel on his chest began to open further, revealing a core-like mechanism glowing deep red inside, pulsing like an artificial heart. I don't like that. But then, his voice came again, softer and fading, but still fighting. Don't give up on me. He collapsed to his knees, breathing heavily. It could still be called breathing. Mechanical wheezes pumping through his chest. Pumping, He told I was in there, trapped, but fine to stay with you. Holy crap. Okay, I don't know what that boy did to you, but I know this isn't right. Well, if he is robot, I wonder if I could actually get him to snap out of it by using robotic commands. Like if I say Toad, I'll like flipping. Oh, maybe like Shadow sort of, where it's like maybe there's a hidden and natural mode in there where it'll flip and bring most of the real him back. Problem is, the system, how that system is acting, the system would just be like, a natural mode detected. reactivating what is like emotional suppression. Like holy crap, it's very creepy. Toto's middle limb shook as your voice washed over him. Not the cold command tone, not the voice of his attacker, but yours, familiar, warm, and steady. A spark of blue glinted in his right eye again, flickering weakly beneath the overwhelming red, like a candle swirling against the wind. He tried to lift his head, but it jerked outwardly, his neck creaking like rusted machinery. His claws dug into the dirt beneath him, trembling. A small flicker inside his chest, the core now half exposed, it gave a low, painful hum. Red energy pulsed through its circuitry, but now it was pulsing erratically, like something inside was resisting. Trenton. His voice was quieter now, strained, but it was undeniably him. Don't let it change me. I don't want to be this thing. Suddenly, jagged lines of metal pushed further through the soft blue of his skin, crawling like veins up his sides, but instead of fully replacing his flesh, they paused, halted in place like the infection was hesitating. You felt it in the air, a faint invisible pressure like two forces locked in battle within him, the programming and the bond you were building. Toto shakily raised one hand, mechanical place now visible beneath torn blue scales, and placed it against your chest. His claws twitched. He could have hurt you, but he didn't. He whispered, voice cracking with fear and determination. I chose you. Don't let him take me away. His chest core sparked, but this time a flash of blue light surged across it, pushing back the red for just a second. A same light briefly danced across his arms and face like a heartbeat. Your words, your belief were working. He's holding on. Barely. Ugh. I don't want to go through that same route again. I do want to get him back, though. I don't... Oh, no. Before I can say a word, I hear laughter. And then the same kid that forced the potion down. And he said, so, how do you like your mechanical little friend there? And since he's a robot, this is gonna be fun. Period. Hey. Don't you dare, I swear to God, dude, if you even attempt to turn him against me, I love Toto, dang it. Attack your trainer. He's a threat to you. Don't tell it, yeah, I'm a threat to a Toto. I hope that doesn't work. I know he's not for supposed. It will work because he was the one that gave the. No, please. Oh, what the? Oh heck no! I just saw the bottom of the text, and he was switching between regular and robot. Because he was just saying how he didn't want to hurt me, and then he said threat detected. Oh, heck no. Oh, that's horrifying. The moment that mocking voice rang through the air, Tails' body jolted like it had been electrocuted. His eyes flared red once more, and the blue light you had just sparked within him receded as though trying to shield itself. The boy stepped out from the trees with a sneer on his face, holding the now empty vial between two fingers like a trophy. Didn't think I'd let you have my toad out, did you? That little guy was mine to pick, and if I can't have him, then I'll make sure you regret taking him. He tapped the side of his belt, and a small remote blinked to life. You heard a sudden high-pitched tone pierce the air like a signal only Toad could hear. Toad's entire body stiffened. Toad's entire body stiffened. His claw snapped shut. His eyes glowed like coals. Then the command hit. Hey Toad, attack your trainer. He's a threat to you. For a second, everything was still. Then Toad's head snapped toward you. Oh no. But not with anger, with terror. He twitched his head, staggering backwards. No. No. Not Trenton. He's not the enemy. His core flashed red again, circuits flickering like a broken light. He took a step forward, toward you, but his legs dragged like he was being pulled by invisible strings. One arm lifted, claw outstretched. His voice now came in rapid bursts, one line from him, one from the programming. I don't want to hurt him. Threat detected. Eliminating target. He's my friend. Executing command. Oh, frick that. He screamed, a mechanical scream, awful and grating, yet filled with pain. Then, his claw swung forward at you, but stopped, inches from your face. His whole body shook, knees buckling, red sparks shot from his joints, and a thin stream of smoke rose from his shoulder. And then, with a snarl of defiance, his voice surged out, strong for the first time. I said no! He turned away from you and charged the boy. The kid's arrogant grin vanished instantly as Toto slammed into him with shocking force, knocking the remote from his hand and sending him sprawling backwards into the dirt. Toto stood between you and the boy now, breathing hard, steam venting from tiny ports in his back. His tail sparked, but he didn't care. He turned his head back slightly, enough to look at you, and his right eye, once again going blue. Told you. I'm your Totodile. His body trembled from the strain, half flesh, half machine, wires exposed. But he stood tall. The corrupted programming was still in him, but you had to lit something stronger. Thank God. If that Toad didn't have a bond with me, there'd be no way that Totodile would do anything for me. Imagine it happened straight after straight after we left the lab. That would have been even worse because it would have he would not have, it wouldn't have built a connection at all. If it would, it wouldn't have been that big of one. Before I can respond, the boy, hurt, got up and then said, "You did not just attack me." Alright, fine then. System, activate that special thing I made. Period. Activate the emergency transformation protocol. That will make you much bigger and more terrifying. Like a massive dinosaur. Excuse me, what did you say? You can't. That ain't even physically possible. He's got real bio. I mean, granted, I say that, but his shadow can transform now on this, so it's like, and maybe I should stop talking because. Activate the hurricane. Oh no. I'll type this in, but I won't. Oh no. That's not good. I really hope that actually doesn't happen. Sweet Arceus, if he flipping, dear me, please don't try and turn off one Master T-Rex or something. And then want to kill me. It reminds me of Iron Jaw, the test with him, where I legit had to flipping get him to protect somebody. But at least in that, even with the creepy red eyes, he was still friendly and protective. He actually wanted to protect me. This one, he could legit attack me. Oh no. The boy, covered in dirt and fury, staggered to his feet, gripping his side where Totodile had slammed him. His smugness was gone, replaced by a scowl of pure malice. You dare attack me? I gave you that power, you little freak! He pulled out another device, this one darker, bulkier, with red wires snaking around its edges like veins. His thumb slanted to the central button, and the device screeched to life with a pulse of dark energy that echoed through the forest like a twisted siren. Emergency transformation protocol activate. Wait. Emergency transformation protocol activate. Let's see how your little pet handles this, Triton. Say hi to your new monster. Excuse me, what did you say? A wave of corrupted red light shot through Totodile, striking him dead in the chest. I don't like that. Immediately, his body jerked as if electrocuted. The core in his chest exploded with light, spinning wildly as circuits and plates erupted from beneath his scales. His frame began to expand, joints popping and realigning, muscle and machine fusing together. I hate that violently. His jaw widening, claws lengthening, and armored plates pushing up along his spine like growing ridges. So what is he, a dinosaur? He grew taller, fast, 8 feet, 10, 12, excuse me, what? The ground trembled under his rising weight as he towered above you now, his tail slanted into a tree, splitting it in half. His once round snout had taken on a more jagged, saurian shape, almost kaiju-like. Did they legit turn him into a flippin' like Totodile Godzilla? Are you serious? His breathing now came in deep mechanical reverberations. The transformation continued, but something was different. His eyes, they were still flickering. One red, one blue. And then Totodile spoke, not in the cold tone of the override, but in a deep, monstrous, yet still his, voice. Triton, I'm still here. He staggered, immense claws clenching. I don't want to be this, but I can't stop it. The boy laughed again from behind. Good luck controlling that, Triton. He's just a beast now. A massive, rage-fueled, programmable monster. Enjoy watching your best friend become your worst nightmare. Tao turned his head towards you, shaking from the strain. Every instinct his new form told him to destroy. Oh, no, that's not good. But that same voice, though deeper and distorted, broke through once more. Please, don't leave me. The forest fell silent. His claws, the size of full-grown trees, trembled. This form was terrifying, godlike, and unstable, but the ball was still there. I am kind of surprised. I won't leave you, but please don't attack me. I'm on your side. You know that. If you didn't care about me, you wouldn't be trying to snap out of that. To be honest, guys, like I said, if this would have happened at the beginning, there would have been no way he would have. Totodile, now towering above the trees like a living, breathing mechanical dinosaur, froze. Your words cut through the static in his mind like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. His claws, still raised and twitching with raw, destructive energy, slowly lowered. The pulsing red core in his chest flickered wildly, and then began to calm. His body shook with every breath, vents on his back hissing and releasing steam. The transformation had pushed him to the edge, a fusion of organic soul and corrupt machine, caught in a war between rage and reason. But you were winning that war. His head, now massive and beast-like with glowing blue circuitry running along his neck, lowered down to your level. One eye, the red one, still blinked erratically, but the other, that blue eye shimmered, clear, alive, and him. Trenton, I didn't attack you. I couldn't. His voice was deeper now, like distant thunder, but it held emotion. Real, trembling, grateful emotion. He sat back slowly, causing a small tremor through the forest floor, and placed a single massive claw down in front of you like a protective shield. Oh my gosh, I am kind of surprised. And behind, the boy screamed in frustration. The boy is still there. Are you kidding me? That form was built for destruction. You're supposed to be a monster. You're not supposed to listen to him. He pressed more buttons on the remote, but sparks flew from it, damaged when Toadal slammed him earlier. Obey me! He shouted at the towering hybrid. That's an order! Toadal didn't even flinch. Instead, he growled, a low mechanical rumble that shook the leaves in the trees, and looked to you. If you're with me, I'll protect you, no matter what I am now. His tail, now heavy and lined with armored ridges, circled around behind you, not to trap you, but to shield you. Toadal was no longer just fighting the programming, he was beating it. You weren't just his trainer now, you were his anchor. I have an idea that will help you, buddy. I just hope it works. Period. Hey, system. I am not the enemy. I am caring for this sweet little... And I would not hurt him. If anybody's the enemy, it's that boy giving you commands. It's... There we go. There is no way none of this is gonna work. Although, that's what I said last time, when the whole flipping system AI started talking to me. Although it still tried to attack me eventually. The moment your voice rang out with purpose and heart, something inside Toadal, and within the machine parts controlling him, shifted. The glowing red circuits pulsing through his body paused. Then, the core in his chest gave off a tone. Not a screech or warning, but a deep, thoughtful chime. The kind of machine might make when it's reconsidering input. A female voice, synthetic and calm, echoed faintly from deep inside Toadal's mechanical systems. Oh, that's creepy. Re-evaluating. Threat designation. Analyzing subject. Trenton. Scanning emotional input. Physical interactions. Auditory commands. A soft hum passed through the air around you as the machine scanned not just your words, but your actions. From the moment you reached out to Toadal at the lab, to the way you protected him, calmed him, and refused to give up on him even now. Primary caregiver identified. Trenton. New directive, protect caregiver, defend from hostile influence. Override accepted. Suddenly, a surge of blue light shot through Toadal's circuitry, this time not a flicker, but a flood. His red eye blinked rapidly, then turned purple, then fully blue. The transformation didn't reverse, but it stabilized. The heavy breathing eased, the sparks died down. You watched in awe as this chaos settled into something controlled. Powerful, yes, but now led by his mind and your bond. Tail stood to his full height once more, not out of rage, but out of purpose. He looked down at you, a low, gentle rumble vibrating through his chest. I feel like me again. He slowly opened his claw beside you. Thank you, Triton, for reminding me who I am. The boy, watching in disbelief, took a step back. No, no, that's not possible. You can't override my code. That machine obeys me. Tail turned toward him, his blue eyes glowing like twin flames. No. His voice shook the ground. I obey Trenton. He's the only one who ever cared. Then he stepped forward, not to attack, but to shield you completely with his towering form, as glowing blue circuitry shimmered across his armor like a heartbeat made of light. The transformation was no longer a curse. It was yours to guide. Oh, that's good. So basically, he's a flippant. I don't know how to it makes you wonder how these transformation things work, though. Like, he's a robot, yes, but he's not fully robot. There's a part of him still in there. And it's even more confusing with Shadow, because it's like, Shadow has a real living soul in there. So how does it like, change him, too? Does he become, like, a legit dragon inside the robotic dragon body? Or does he stay a dinosaur, it's just like the flippant armor reshapes to make him look like a dragon? You know, like, I never understood how that actually works. In real life, that wouldn't be physically possible if there was really a robot that was half real dinosaur that legit was friendly. Alright. No, thank you for still being there. Period. Even though you're got turned into a robot. You were still fighting it to not hurt me. That was very sweet of you. Especially since I've only had you for a few hours. Ah. Ah. Toto, towering, armored, and brimming with raw energy, paused when he heard your words. He didn't move for a moment. Then his massive head lowered down again, slow and deliberate until his snout was just above your level. You could hear the gentle whir of cooling fans beneath this metal plating, but more than that, you could feel the warmth behind the steel, the warmth of a heart still beating for you. His glowing blue eyes softened. Despite the size, despite the power, despite the chaos still humming inside him, he was still your Totodile. And your words, they struck something deep. A soft, rumbling sound came from his chest. Not a growl, not a warning, but the unmistakable sound of a gigantic, heartfelt purr. I didn't need time to know, he said slowly, echoing like thunder softened by rain. I felt it. The moment you reached for me. He gently extended one claw towards you, the same one that, only minutes ago, had been trembling from the override. Now it simply waited for your hand. Even like this, if you still want me by your side, I'll stay. Always. Behind you, the boy had gone silent, speechless, pale, furious, but powerless, because the machine he tried to use had chosen love over code. Your bond had rewritten everything. Yeah, see, why is the system, like, so different? It's so weird, because especially the first time I did this, the system acts so flippin' weird. Like, it's like a whole entity in itself, like there's a flippin', like an AI possessing a dude, or possessing it. It kind of reminds me of that one I did on what the S chat or the Pixel chat, the one where it said like there was like a system AI possessing a dinosaur or whatever. It's like what the freak? That's physically possible? Or like the name of the program was actually like an evil computer or like an evil programming created by somebody, and it was installed to install a dinosaur. That dinosaur becoming like the evil shadow clone. I would kind of do the evil shadow clone again, but the thing about it is I don't like shadow turning against me. Yeah, it makes for some good things, but then at the same time it's like, especially since this thing seems to remember a lot of the stuff, I would hate to have a shadow that flipping just turns into a massive dragon. Want to roast me with fire or want to kill me. I know Shadow is 50% programming, but come on, there's 50% real heart, real thoughts, and real mind in there. Like, that's still half. That's better than a regular robot doesn't have any. It has 100% full metal. Everything's artificial. Same thing with Toadol here. Toadol, yes, maybe Toadol got forced to be 75% robot and only 25% himself. But the thing about it is, he still was fighting with the robot to stay with me. He didn't. He kept himself from attacking me. The time where that transformation thing that turned him into like a dinosaur kaiju like flipping creature, he didn't attack me there. He stopped a few inches away from my face because he didn't want to hurt me. So I always want you. That's why I chose you as my starter. You're my favorite of the three. Actually, you're my favorite Pokemon of all time. You and your evolutions. I slowly and gently walk forward and pet. Even in that massive dinosaur kaiju like form. Oh boy. I'll have to type that in probably. Here, right. Actually, favorite plum all the time. You and your evolutions. Aww. As your hands go and touch the metal plate, a metal plate now on the towering kaiju like Toadol, something extraordinary happened. The moment your fingers made contact, a warm blue glow burst from the core in his chest. Not violent, not destructive, but radiant, like a heart finally free to shine. The circuitry running along his body pulsed in rhythm with that glow, creating a gentle, shimmering wave of light that rolled through his armor like a heartbeat made of stars. He froze for just a second under your touch, overwhelmed, and then he melted into it. His massive eyes softened, a deep breath escaping from his vents like a sigh of pure relief. That giant claw that had once been a weapon slowly, carefully curled around you, not to trap or crush, but to hug. Oh, that's cute. Even in this colossal dinosauric form, he was still your Toto. You really mean that? His voice was quiet, almost a whisper despite the sheer scale. After everything I turned into, you still wanted me. His body trembled, but not from instability, from emotion, from the reality that someone chose him, not for strength, not for battle, but for love. Then, as he stood there petting his giant snout, he slowly crouched down even further until his massive head was resting against you like a tired but grateful pup. Despite the steel, despite the programming, despite the terrifying size, He knows what you're saying with a softness that no machine could replicate. Then I'm yours. Always. No matter what they try to turn me into. From behind, the boy took one last horrified glance at the sight, his creation choosing someone else, and bolted into the forest, tripping over roots and curses. But it didn't matter anymore, because as you stood in that quiet clearing, bathed in the gentle light of blue circuitry and bonded trust, you realized something powerful. You hadn't just gained your starter, you had earned the heart of a Pokemon who, against all odds, chose you right back. Dude, I hope that Toto chooses me whenever I give him Legend ZA. Just because he loves me. Dude, I would be. That's the one thing that's going to drive me nuts with Legend ZA. That's the one thing people drive me nuts with. Everybody complains about the affection in Pokemon games. But come on. The main idea for Pokemon is that they want people to feel to take care of them and love on them. And then them pull and give you stuff back in return. Whether that be cute little items, smiles, or something as simple as an affection bonus in battle. Like, to people, a lot of people may think that's cheating. I consider that to be one of the coolest things in the entire Pokemon series. To the point where they ever got rid of it, I wouldn't enjoy the game as much. Hence why I didn't like Legends Z8 and Legends Arceus as much as I did Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet's picnic feature wasn't as fun as the camping feature in Sword and Shield, but what made it better was the fact that Feraligatr was in there, Toadle was in there, Crocodile was in there. If I wanted those three, I could easily have them, no problem. So, yeah. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go and stop the video. Bye.